All right, y'all. So what's up? Trying something different this time. So we got the little screen recorder going. But anyway, we wrapped the Cybertruck over the weekend. So if you got a Cybertruck or you're planning on working on one, just kind of give you a heads up on how much material you're gonna need. So the truck is super simple to wrap. It just get a little weird. I put up a picture. This little section right here. I don't know. There we go. So this little section right here. This section right there in the top corner. And again, I'm still new to how this whole screen recorder part works. I'm not sure what you're seeing, what you're not seeing, as far as me touching the screen. But anyway, those two spots are kind of weird. Just the way that the panels line up with each other. But everything else is just sharp edges. Material folds right over. As long as you got some good material, it should stick on the backside. Just make sure everything's clean. But what we ended up using, we used right at about 50 feet. So this is the breakdown. All of this is in inches. So what we did was we rolled out a little bit. We got our 42-inch width for the door, the rear door, 47 for the front door, 51 for that front fender. All three pieces you can get around 41 inches, and it should be enough for you to kind of get it on there. So once you get all of those rolled out, then we had that top section of leftover material. That's going to be what we use for the roof pillar. Now, since we did our pillars in a different color, this came from a different roll. But if we wanted to use that same color for the whole thing, we could have just did it this way. So this was our plan from the start. So fenders, then we do the same thing again for the other side of the car. Next up, you get your hood and the front part of the hood, kind of like where your grill would be if it was a normal car. So that's 83 inches wide, 14 inches tall for that little grill section, and then 28 by 75 to get you the top part of the hood. After that, we go to the quarters. These are rider bound. I think we measured like 76, 77, but it was kind of tight, so we ended up going to 79 inches wide just to make sure it was enough. 79 by 52. Two of those, and then the tailgate. And again, our tailgate is a different color, but 77 inches wide should give you, it's wide enough to cover the whole thing, and then you get a few inches extra on the sides for you to kind of wiggle around and maneuver around everything. Trimming the tailgate, top edge, you just kind of reach up there and you can kind of run the knife right along the edge. Same with the bottom. The sides of the tailgate get a little weird just because the way the sides of the truck kind of roll over, and I try to put like a picture of what that section looks like if you hadn't been on one yet. But it's just a little weird to cut on the I think it's the bottom section as far as tucking that section in. So you can cut it, but trying to tuck and roll that section, the bottom of the bottom left and bottom right sides of the tailgate, that gets a little weird. But if you're working with any directional material like we were, make sure your vinyl is all pointing the same direction. So like on this driver side, every panel, the arrows on the back of the vinyl need to point the same direction. So we did pointing from back to front on the driver side. So once you get to the hood, you have to keep that same direction flowing. So it's going to go from driver side to passenger side. When you get to passenger side, it's going to go from front to back. And once we got to the back tailgate, again, different color, but if we kept using the same color, your material would have flown from passenger side to driver side on the back. So just imagine if you had just the truck, like you just had the material in a roll and you just wrapped directly around the truck. So you're just going to follow the same pattern. So if you have directional materials, that's how you need to wrap it to keep it from looking, to keep different panels from looking different colors. So like if you've seen the color shift wrap and like a door at a certain light, the door doesn't match the rest of the car, it's probably directional material and they probably put that panel on backwards. So solid color wraps, you usually don't have a problem with it, but any color change or like a satin or kind of like a flip kind of deal, those will see a slight difference if the panels aren't in the same direction. So just some stuff to look out for. But again, total amount of material used with no redos or any of that is right at about 50 feet. So you can order, if you want to be careful, just order a full roll. I think they come like 75 for a full roll, or maybe 60, but get a full roll if you want to be completely sure. If you really trust your measurement, you don't overcut anything like that, it'll be right at 50 feet that you'll use. But again, order the full roll if you plan on doing it, especially if it's your first time, just because it's easy to overcut and then you end up running out of material quicker. So order the full roll. You'll use about 50. You'll have a few extra feet left over. So if you mess up anything, if you order a 75-foot roll, you'll have enough to redo a couple panels if you have to. But that's about it. I hope this helped out, and I'll throw some pictures of the actual truck in here. Still, we're working on, I guess, putting the rest of the video together. So full color release hadn't came out yet, but it'll be up soon. If it's not on my channel, check out my boy channel. I'll put it in the bottom of this, I guess, or maybe at the end, but I'll link it so y'all can see the full production video of like during the install and all of that. But yeah, that's it. So if you got any more questions, let me know, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.